Well, listeners and viewers of Voice of Indonesia, here in our studio we have His Excellency Sergei Tolchanov. Correct me if
Yes,
I'm
it's
mistaken.
correct.
Mr. Ambassador, the Ambassador of Russian to Indonesia. And today we will talk about the two countries' bilateral cooperation. And before we talk about those cooperation, I would like to a little bit you talk about this November 4, where the Russian people commemorate their Russian Unity Day. So, what is the significance of this commemoration of Russian Unity Day for the Russian people, Ambassador Sergey?
First of all, thank you very much. It's a great pleasure for me to be here and to have an opportunity to talk with you and to discuss some issues regarding our bilateral relations. So, regarding the November the 4th and Russian Unity Day, it's really a very big festive day in my country because in the history of every country we have some difficult periods when the country was in difficult situations. There were some quarrels, and sometimes foreign invaders are coming. And this is really the period when the people of the country need to unite their efforts, unite their forces to struggle for the independence, for sovereignty of the country, for territorial integrity of the country. And we did it several centuries ago, and it was a very important period in the history of my country. And after this, Russia get a very big impetus and started the development as a very big and proud nation. So that's why we have this holiday, and we cherish it a lot.
So, it is like August 17 for Indonesian people, right? Or a little bit different?
Maybe close to this.
Yeah.
We have our national day in June 12th. This is close to your August 17th.
Okay.
But this is almost the same, but it's not officially national day. It's a national festive day. It's not a labor day, but of course, national day is in June.
So, how will you celebrate this in Jakarta, in the embassy?
In the embassy, we will have a reception because this year we decided to postpone our national reception from June to November for one very simple reason. Because I came to Jakarta after June 12th, and I asked my colleagues to a little bit postpone this national reception, but we will have it on November 4th here in Jakarta.
Okay. And Your Excellency, how can this commemoration of the Russian Unity Day remain current and relevant today? I mean, we are living in 2024, while this already happened, as you mentioned, maybe hundreds of years ago. So, how this still, relevant to this today's situation?
Well, I believe so. It's still relevant to today's situation because, it's not only history. This is about our values. It's about our views, our principles, and we are still continue to follow the way we choose hundreds years ago. And in current situation, it's also not easy, especially regarding the international situation and all the things around my country, the pressure from what we called global minority from the West. And this is really the time when my nation, people of the Russian Federation, need to be united, need to prove that we are a sovereign country, that we are democratic country, and that we are a friendly country for the global majority, for the rest of the world. That's why we are also continue and keep it in our memory.
See. So, for some countries, for example, Indonesia, their national day has a relation to their state constitution or their foreign policy because the history of this country. So, how about with Russia? This Unity Day has relation with the formation of the state constitution or the Russians' foreign policy.
No, because I have already mentioned that the beginning of this festive day, it was several centuries ago, so there were no constitution. And well, regarding our foreign policy, maybe yes, because since then what I also have already mentioned, since then our country was very constituent in struggle for its independence, for its territorial integrity, and against any invader from outside. But regarding the constitution, this is June 12th. This is where our national day, Russia, what we called officially Russia Day, and when we are decided to adopt a new constitution after the collapse of Soviet Union and all this story around this.
Oh, yes, I see. So, Ambassador Sergei Turchinov, we know that you already met President Prabowo Subianto several times ago, to be exact, around September 9. Yes. So when he was still serving as a defense minister, actually, not president at the time. So according to the ministry's official statement, the meeting was an important momentum for the two countries to strengthen cooperative relations. So especially facing various challenges to global security and stability. So what is your comment on this?
I believe so. The meeting of President-elect that time and Minister of Defense of the Republic of Indonesia with the Ambassador of the Russian Federation, well, it's just an ordinary thing, I believe. And we really discussed some topics of our bilateral relations, but not only regarding the military and military technical cooperation, because it was from February this year, March this year, it was announced officially that Mr. Prabowo Subianto is president-elect.
Yes.
And that's why I believe that we could discuss some more general, more comprehensive topics about our bilateral relations. And what is the most important, I find out that Pak Prabowo is very interested in developing bilateral relations with my country, with his counterpart, Russian President Vladimir Putin. And this is what we would like to have with Indonesia. Ordinary, normal, friendly ties. We do not ask for any special position. We don't want to be like, the only and single friend of Indonesia. Yes, we are big countries. We are members of very big multilateral groups, organizations like G20. We are members of the UN, and we have contacts in different fields. So why we should stop, or why we should think something wrong about our bilateral? So we should continue it in different sphere: politics, economy, military, technical. Okay, it's also part of our interstate relations, but also very important, and I see it after our meeting with Pak Prabowo, that also educational ties, educational exchange between universities, cultural exchanges, it's also in our agenda. And we are ready to fulfill and to implement the agreements that Pak Prabowo and President Vladimir Putin has reached in July 31st when they met in Moscow.
Yes, so back to the position of Prabowo before, as former defense minister. So, what is the possibility of the two countries' cooperation in this in defense sector? Since we know that on November 4 to 8, if I'm not mistaken, Ambassador Sergey, there will be naval exercise, first naval exercise between the two countries. So, what do you say about this?
Well, as I has already said, I believe military ties. It's not something special, not something unique. It's ordinary part of bilateral relations between any countries, and we have such contacts with many friendly countries in this region, also in Southeast Asia, and Indonesia is our friendly country. And from the very beginning of our of the history of our bilateral relations, we have a very good contacts in the military sphere. You should remember that with helping hand of then Soviet Union and Soviet Union Navy, Indonesia managed to struggle for and protect its territorial integrity and, for example, get back to the nation what that time was called West Irian. And Soviet Navy participated in this operation, and we supply a lot of Russian, the time Soviet ships and submarines to Indonesian Navy, and I believe so. That time probably Indonesian Navy and Army was maybe more powerful in this region, and I hope it still is. And like a legacy of this bilateral cooperation in this field, we still have a former Soviet submarine, like a monument near Surabaya, where these exercises will be held this month, because it's already November the 1st. It will be really a good example of our bilateral cooperation in military sphere. Officially we can say that it will be the first large-scale bilateral maritime exercises that we will hold. Almost every year, Russian ships make calls on different ports of Indonesia. At that time it will be in Surabaya, but three Russian corvettes, 3 ships will come to Surabaya, and there will be large-scale exercises. I hope we will continue this story in the future, and we are ready also to receive Indonesian ships in Russian call. By the way, 2 months ago in September in Vladivostok, Indonesian tall ship also make a call on the port, and we were ready to receive Indonesian friends in Vladivostok. So it's normal exchanges. It should not be surprise for anybody, for our friends, for our opponents, because it's ties between two friendly nations, two friendly countries. We do not have friendship against somebody. We are just trying to develop our understanding, to develop our defense capability, and we are ready to cooperate in this field with any country.
Okay.
Including, of course, Indonesia.
Okay, Ambassador Tolchinov, as you mentioned before, that Indonesia and Russia opens for many sectors of cooperation: education, culture, defense, economy, politics. As we know that Russia has just finished hosting the BRICS summit, and Indonesia, through the foreign minister, Mr. Sugiono, has expressed Indonesia's desire to join this group, BRICS. So on Monday, you quoted President Vladimir Putin's statement that there will be a process to build relations between BRICS and partner countries, of course, including Indonesia, who want to be member of this group, BRICS. So what kind of process do you think will be there, and how long will this process will take place so Indonesia can be member of the BRICS groups?
You know, I am not a fortune teller. I cannot predict how long it will take. But of course, I believe it will take time only because, people are asking usually what is the Russian position regarding this, what is the Russian attitude regarding desire of Indonesia became a full-fledged member of BRICS. But I believe so. Everybody understands that BRICS, it's a multilateral group. Now it consists of 10 member states, and every decision regarding the current activities of BRICS, regarding the future of the BRICS, and regarding the requests of other countries to become members of this group should be adopted and discussed and then adopted by all 10 members. So, and it should be consensus within the framework of BRICS. So, I believe it's not maybe clear yet what will be the procedures, because of course BRICS already adopted a kind of regulations regarding the categories of partner countries and members, and what should be criteria and other principles to adopt and to bring new members to this group. And these issues should be discussed maybe first at the expert level, then by ministers. But in any case, finally, the final decision should be taken by the leaders of BRICS member states. So I don't know whether it will be possible maybe to convene another one summit, or it will be adopted during next summit next year. So let's be patient a little bit. Let's wait, but I'm pretty sure it will not take years and decades. It will be rather convenient and convenient to every side process. But let's be patient a little bit.
Thank you, Yora. My last questions, Ambassador Sergei Tilchanov. So, what sector might be Indonesia and Russian will be prioritized in their cooperation during this, new government, okay, Pak Prabowo's government?
Well, I believe that our leaders should prioritize and tell us what will be our priorities. But if my personal opinion, we should focus maybe on some practical things, because really politically we have a very good relations. We share same views, share same values regarding international, regional arena. What we need to do to be focused on more, it's maybe our trade and investment cooperation, and I hope that we will try to do more in this field, especially when Mr. Manturov, first deputy chairman of Russian government, was here for inauguration of Pak Prabowo, new president of Indonesia, and he met his counterpart, Pak Erlangga Hartarto. Mm-hmm. They reached an agreement about holding next joint intergovernmental commission meeting here in Jakarta, March next year. This is like a coordination mechanism regarding our bilateral cooperation in practical spheres like trade, investments, technical cooperation. And we will try to find out what a specific economic area could be interested, like energy, maybe food security, nuclear energy, technical cooperation, anything else. And another one, I believe, like a cornerstone for us, it's educational exchange. Because I have heard that Indonesia is interested in sending more Indonesian youth to my country for studies in universities. We provide every year hundreds scholarships for Indonesian citizens. So, and we are trying to be very active. And what is much more important, I see a very good reaction, very good reply from Indonesian side, from Indonesian universities. So almost every week we have requests from Indonesian universities, from Indonesian young people. So we would like to go to Russia for studies. Tell us how to get the scholarships. So we are ready. Beside embassy, we have here a Russian Cultural and Scientific Center, who is dealing with all these issues regarding Russian scholarships. So please do not hesitate, contact us, come to Russian, what we call the Russian House, Russian Cultural and Scientific Center. We are ready to work it, and I hope I will have a very good relations with the new Indonesian ministries, Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education and Higher Education and Science. And we also will continue to discuss how to bring more Indonesian students to my country. We are ready.
I'm too old to go to study to Russian.
It's never, I also not young, but I also ready to continue my studies in my current position about Indonesia, about your culture, about your people. It's never too late.
Yes. I love to visit Russia. I think I plan to visit Russia one day.
Please come. We are ready to organize visits for your journalists, correspondents, radio, TV stations, press. Because we always are saying so. It's better to see by your own eyes once than to hear about my country 1,000 times.
Yes.
So please come. Do not hesitate.
Thank you, Ambassador. Yes, listeners and viewers of Voice of Indonesia, that was my excellent conversation with His Excellency Sergei Turchinov, the Ambassador of Russia to Indonesia. Hope all we discussed today will bring you benefits and you can learn many things from this conversation. I'm Donald Pane and see you next time.